Hi guys, in this video, as you can tell and or see, I am briefly going to discuss the occult alignment of the Soviet Union. Most people know what the Soviet Union is, etc., etc. It can technically be considered an empire. It is essentially Russia back when they were still known as the Soviet Union rather than the Russian Federation, as is the case presently or currently, obviously. Now, the information that I'm going to share with people applies to the Soviet Union back when it was at its peak. So that includes all, if not most, of Eastern Europe, and also a good deal of semi-Muslim states or similar in the Middle East or South Asia, loosely put, or around the Middle East. Think of countries such as Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, and so on and so forth. So yeah, the Soviet Union was Jupiterian in nature. They correspond to the zodiac sign Sagittarius. Now, what this means is that, unsurprisingly, as is the case factually, obviously, that it was a heavy emphasis laid on political ideology that aligned or coincided with education, or better said, political ideology that manifested through several channels, all if not most layers of society within the Soviet Union, including education, obviously. As in, the Soviet ideology was heavily pushed upon people all the time, throughout every layer of society and every aspect of it, or at the very least through most aspects of society, notably education. And the Soviet Union also acted or enacted brutal repression of anything that remotely resembled dissent, or any so-called wrong thinkers or people that did not fall in line with the aforementioned ideology. And this was applied to the population, obviously, including the application of extensive restrictions in terms of what one could do within public life as well as in personal life overall, and you name it. Notably, the heavy restriction of movement, as in movement for citizens, was limited to domestic movement, so within their direct vicinity. So anything that even remotely resembled foreign travel was not allowed, and there was also a stifling of forms of entertainment and whatnot, which in turn made the population emotionally frigid, especially within family circles. So simply think of parents being cold towards their children, grandchildren, as well as receiving the same treatment from their parents and grandparents, and vice versa. Emotional frigidity, which obviously can still be heavily seen up to present day, including the simplistic mentality of people living within former Soviet territories and or countries, in terms of travel and overall level of education. Before I go, you can find the chart, the astrological chart from which all this information is derived, linked in the description of this video later.